Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormenis back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video, and today we're going to be talking about some NHL. Today we're going to be talking about the NHL 23 official presentation deep dive trailer, which this trailer came out almost 10 days ago now, and I've seen it a couple times, but I've watched a couple reviews on it and a couple reactions to it over these past like 2 or 3 days, and I'm really starting to get excited for this game. And I don't really get excited for video games that much because the only video games I play are Call of Duty and NHL. So I've been playing Apex recently, but apart from that, like that's literally it. So basically just BRs, first person shooters and sports games, if you really want to generalize it. But yeah, I'm getting really, really excited for some of this game. I don't know how much I'm going to play it. I am going to be playing franchise mode, and I'm going to be doing it here on the channel for you guys, which is really exciting. I'm super excited for that once again. Yeah, I'd say that's about it, really. So let's get into this, and I'm just going to be explaining some things in this trailer that I'm excited for within the game. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play the trailer for you guys. I'll probably be quiet and I'll pause and talk about whatever I am currently excited for, or things that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, let's get into it.
Welcome to the NHL 23 presentation deep dive. Let's start by talking through the all-new Stanley Cup celebration.
We've really upped our game when it comes to the Stanley Cup celebration. In previous years, we've had a non-interactive sequence, and that's worked pretty well, but this year we wanted to give the players some agency. It's fully interactive. One of the biggest wish fulfillment moments is that tradition in the real NHL of who gets the cup next. We're going to populate the list of names based on approximately 65 different stories that we're tracking under the hood, from the veteran that has never won the Stanley Cup to the assistant captain that also leads the team in goals. When the user selects a player, we hear through the commentary, we justify that decision.
Well, here was a key contributor, tied for most goals on the team en route to the Stanley Cup win, Ray. Well, I was just most impressed with how he played game to game. And then at some point in the playoffs, I'm like, he's scoring all the time.
It looks awesome. Obviously, we've completely re-mocapped the entire sequence, but we've also added effects, confetti falling from the roof, and of course, like the sparklers that are firing in the background, and it all looks tremendous. After the Stanley Cup has been won, we have this moment where, and this is true wish fulfillment, where you finally get to see your name etched on the Stanley Cup. Whatever the player list of the team is, you're ultimately going to see that name etched in the Stanley Cup, and it's a really cool sequence. It's a total revamp of one of the greatest moments inside of our game.
Alright, so that stuff just looks so sick, man. I'm really hoping the interactive, like, choice screen of who you're going to be giving the cup to isn't too laggy and it's pretty quick. I just hope in general NHL load times are quicker than they are in the past years, because they're brutal. I feel like half the game I'm playing is just me waiting for something to happen. But yeah, load times in the menu screens are just god awful. So in general, I just hope that's better and faster. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too long in that. But nonetheless, isn't that such a great feature to add? I feel like a lot of people have been looking for something like that. I've seen a couple people being upset about the fact that they can't free skate around with the Stanley Cup, which is fair. I think that would be pretty cool if you could do that. I think you could do that in some of the old 2K games. So hopefully someday that will be added to the NHL games once again. It could be in this game, to be fair. I don't think there's any confirmation about it being in the game or about it not being in the game, but I feel like that's something that they would talk about beforehand. And of course, very cool that you're going to get to see your Stanley Cup or your team be engraved on the Stanley Cup, which is really cool because depending on how long your franchise mode is and depending on how many times you win, you could see your team on there a couple times, especially if you make your own team, which would be really cool. So yeah, that could be really, really fun as well. One thing I'm really hoping for, which again, no confirmation yet, but you never know, it may be in the game. I would really love a banner raising at the home opener of the new season. If you were to win the Stanley Cup, that would be really, really cool. So obviously, like, you know, you do Colorado for this upcoming season. At their first home game of the year, they're going to raise a banner for the Stanley Cup that they just won. So I think that would be really cool if they were to add that into the games, but who knows. Anyways, we'll continue on.
We decided to completely revamp this year. As soon as you score a hat trick goal, we see from a wide shot just a raining down of an incredible amount of hats, but it's so awesome. We were like, let's ship with that. Inside of eShell World of Chell, we give users the ability to kind of create their own tradition. You can have teddy bears, you can have alien plushies, you can have fish, plastic rats, and roses.
So that is something that's very, very cool. I really like the implementation of that. I feel like the hat tricks aren't even that cool in the previous games, and there was a lot of times in EASHL where I'm scoring hat tricks and there's just no hats. So that's very cool. I would love to see them add some more options throughout the year. I think it would be really cool if they added like an octopus celebration, because of course back in the day some player or some people in Detroit were throwing octopuses onto the ice, so that could be cool. I think that's a pretty cool feature that they added. But yeah, let's go to game day atmosphere.
Work we did in game day atmosphere really changes the entire game. We did a total overhaul of the crowd audio this year. When something happens on the ice, you'll hear it from the crowd. The home team gets a penalty, the home team is going to get on the referee and start booing them. At first it'll be subtle, but as that penalty differential kind of grows, as do the boos. If you're playing a game where you come back, perhaps you win an OT, you're going to get a completely different animation that is properly representative of how hyped the home team is. The intros were in need of some maintenance. We knew we wanted to add some more emotion. If you're familiar with what we call on-ice projections, these big animated graphics that get projected onto the ice during the pregame, we've added them this year. And it's not just for authentic teams, but it's also for World of Chell and eShell. You actually see the fans waving around these awesome light sticks. And those are also fully customizable inside of World of Chell and eShell. Users can change their colors, and it really adds to this incredible atmosphere. We're fine.
Dude, those light sticks are so sick. I don't know why, but that's literally like the thing I'm most hyped about. I think that's just gonna look so cool. Plus, those intro, those intro like animations are so fucking fire, man. They look so dope. It just sounds like the crowd's more interactive, which is pretty cool. And of course, coming up, we have some national anthems in the game, which is also a W, so...
I think the national anthems. And what you'll hear is the final few chords of the respective national anthem. And the players will be lined up at their respective blue lines. In World of Chell and eShell, users will be able to select and customize whichever flag they want from all the major hockey nations. This year we've gone kind of fully 3D with AR, and we continue using kind of that face-off moment to show the user meaningful stats but not slow the gameplay down. Really, it's about the leaderboard giving you so many interesting deep insights. It can show things like top scorers on your team, top hitters, top assists, top points.
It's all about...
I really like that. I think that's really cool. I like seeing stats change in-game. So that's really cool. That's something that's like a stats nerd like myself is very happy about.
Players and wanted to bring it home through getting the proper skin shading model and eye shading model. By aligning with the other sports titles, we have a massive amount of engineering power that we can access. We have the skin dual lobe shader, which allows us to adjust the light bouncing off the epidermis and hitting the oil on top of the skin, so we can simulate sort of mild exertion without them looking too greasy, of course. And then we have the dual lobe shading on the eyes also, so it represents like the spec response of light that goes to the cornea, and you get all this sense of light reflecting off the eyes. I know people really like metal things. People love shiny things. This is us pushing our new shading models to the limit. We now have the Vegas Golden Knight helmets, and we have a metal option for recolorable helmets, so users can customize their equipment so they can have metal helmets or metal gloves.
A fan favorite, you can pick a mirrored visor within the customization flow. Players look super cool. You can go all metallic and get your mirrored visor and go full Terminator on the ice. We're getting realistic visualizations of equipment, and we're bringing them into the game. New unique geometry for goalie gear, player helmets, player skates, and player gloves. We've also done about 200 new vanity items, and we've been updating our generic head pool to represent more diverse ethnic backgrounds. We have a large pool of women being represented, not just in our star heads, but in our generic head pool as well. We have ice resolution upgrades so they really hold up on the 4K televisions, and we also have ice displacement that happens on the ice, so you get this realistic ice buildup that accumulates around the goalie and then around the sides of the boards, skate spray accumulation on boards. We felt that really helped bring out the personality of the ice.
Thanks, David and Aaron, for walking us through presentation.
So there we go, guys. Yeah, I mean, it just genuinely looks good. I have it pre-ordered. Comes out in a couple weeks, and I'm super excited for it. So yeah, you guys are going to be seeing some gameplay of that as soon as it comes out. So that'll be it from me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.